You're watching News Channel 11 in your corner this morning.
Thanks for waking up to News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities this morning. Today is July 10th and you're taking a live look over Kingsport as you start your day with us. Good Sunday morning, I'm Callie Durham. Here's a look at what we've got headed your way during our next half hour. San Antonio police are investigating after possible shots fired near their headquarters. Those details coming up. Plus, we now know the identity of two people who were killed as severe weather ripped through our region. We hear from their families straight ahead. But first, our top story this morning: about 1,500 Johnson City Power Board customers are still without power this morning. Here's a look at the latest outage map. New this morning, 20 people have been arrested on charges related to sex trafficking and online exploitation of children in both Tennessee and Georgia. This week, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, along with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, conducted Operation Watchful Guardians. Agents in both those states investigated and prosecuted people accused of being sex traffickers and online predators. This morning, officials in Washington County, Virginia are still trying to figure out why a man shot at two of his relatives before taking his own life. A new study is linking tumors in rats to exposure to cell phone radiation, but the study is raising more questions than answers and is being challenged by some. Edward Lawrence has more from Los Angeles. This morning is the grand opening of Gabe's, a new retail store in Johnson City. Gabe's will be providing around 100 jobs to the Tri-Cities area. You can find Gabe's on Sunset Drive next to Kroger. The store owner says it sells famous brands at discount prices. After a ribbon-cutting ceremony this morning, doors will be open at 8 o'clock. The first 200 people to arrive at the location will get a free t-shirt. The store says they're also giving out more than $100,000 in gift cards. Again, doors open at 8 o'clock this morning. And a career center in Unicoi County is expanding its operations in order to help hundreds of people impacted by recent layoffs. 300 workers learned in October that CSX would shut down its Irwin yard, leaving them without a job. Folks in Knoxville have some mixed emotions about a new bill that could cap spending for the University of Tennessee's Office of Diversity. This is the same office that just last year drew widespread criticism over an administrator's suggestion to leave religious references out of campus holiday parties. And as you say, we could still get a little bit more.
Just a little bit more.
Well, Curtis is actually outside right now. Let's go ahead and turn to Curtis. Curtis, what's things looking like out there? You're actually still braving the weather. How are things looking?
Looking pretty good, Callie.
A young boy is expected to make a full recovery after doctors say he was internally decapitated during a car crash. His family is thanking a good Samaritan who held his head perfectly still until paramedics arrived. I spoke with folks in Greene County today who say that they're not happy that U.S. Nitrogen has been permitted to pump water from the plant to the Nolichucky River for the past 2 years. And as the plant's permit is up for reissuance this month, community members tell me they hope their concerns will make a difference.
Our problem is what they're going to put back in the river.
Donahue Bible is the president of a group called Save the Nolichucky. He also owns around 100 acres of riverfront property on the Nolichucky River and says he's concerned that U.S. Nitrogen's plant processes could be hazardous to the environment.
Environmental impact study has never been done. They refuse to do that. TDEC has said that they don't need to do that. And what they say is going into it, and what's going into it is what we don't know what it is.
A spokesperson for U.S. Nitrogen tells me that no environmental impact study has been performed in this case because it is not required by TDEC. She stated that all guidelines are being followed in accordance with the current permit, yet citizens like Chuck Price say more should be done.
I don't want to see anybody get sick over this stuff because it could have been prevented.
Bible says the water U.S. Nitrogen sends back into the Nolichucky could be especially harmful to surrounding communities.
People on the Nolichucky River on the Cocke County side all have wells over there. There's no public water service to them, and their groundwater has a good chance of being polluted by what goes in that river.
Bible says he's glad TDEC is extending the deadline for more public input, but fears it won't be enough to make a difference.
I think this whole thing was cut and dried 5 years ago. I don't think anything the public says at this point will have any impact on it. They're just, it's a smoke and mirrors situation at this point.
Callie Durham reporting for News Channel 11 in your corner.